and thankfully this was not a tax write-off movie, Warner Brothers. Not calling anyone out, but
calling someone out. A little shade.
Hello and welcome to Cassette Take, where you can eject wherever you want, but please don't forget to rewind. I'm Ethan.
I'm Annmarie.
And Annmarie, why are we sad?
We're both really sad. We just got out of seeing Superman, the Christopher Reeves Story, and made a grown man cry.
Made many grown men cry. There was not a single dry eye in that theater. It was, wow.
First off, congratulations to the Christopher Reeve and Dana Foundation for everything that you have done. Absolutely incredible.
Yes.
But going into it, I'll be honest, I didn't know much about Christopher Reeves. I didn't really know his story. I kind of knew he had an accident and was paralyzed, but I didn't realize how much this man did.
Yeah, like the amount of stuff that Reeve did after the accident itself. Both you and I, had no idea. Like, he directed after the accident. He acted again after the accident. Like, did all this stuff. Not just with the foundation, but like in film and television too. Actively. I mean, he had movement again in some parts of his body afterwards. I mean,
which is insane. I feel like that doesn't happen too much, but it's just incredible, like, for him, because we know him as Superman, the guy who played Superman for the first time, who really made comic book movies a thing, and to know that, like, oh, he was just a person, and this happened, but it didn't stop him. Oh man, I just got so sad.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the Robin Williams stuff, because Robin Williams and Christopher Reeve, they were friends. I think they were roommates. I think in college, and they were the best of pals. And after the accident, they were still the best of pals. But man, when it gets to the parts where Christopher passes on, and you have Robin's reaction to it, I mean, that just hits hard. It really does.
One of the things that Glenn Close, who was in the movie, she said, I feel like if Christopher Reeves was here, Robin Williams would be here. And that just got me, because I love Robin Williams, and it was Ethan and I walking out, we're talking about it. Like, I remember when he passed away, and that was extremely hard for him to go. And so, yeah, I can't believe everything he's done, and his children too. Like, that is so cool what they're doing. And I don't know if you know, but I believe his son William is going to be in the new Superman movie.
Yeah, I don't think it's like a pivotal character or anything, but just someone in the background, or like someone that maybe might interact with Superman or something like that. And I'm all for that. I love that. It's like almost a spiritual passing of the torch that kind of transcends, Christopher needing to be here in person, and that's something that's really beautiful with that. But I will say that while this was a very, very, very well done documentary, and absolute props to everyone that was involved in making it, something that's interesting about it, that it's not a critique, it's just something that I noticed, and I'm sure anyone that wants to go see it, you should probably know this going. It's not like a documentary that's like a bullet point kind of thing, like this happens kind of thing. It very, very smoothly transitions from one topic to the other and kind of goes back and forth in time with one of those, but it really smoothly does it to the point where you kind of realize maybe a little too late that, like, oh, we're back, to when he was playing Superman in the second movie or something like that, or this was when now we're in his second marriage now, you know what I mean? So like it really kind of smooth, like way, I don't want to say too smoothly, but like just much more smoothly than you would you're typically used to.
Yeah.
And so that might catch some people off guard, like when they're watching it, because they might lose track of, oh, when did this happen? When did this happen? So just be aware that when you're going into it, it's not too traditional in that formatting and structure.
Yeah, and I told Ethan this. I feel like it might be hard because Christopher Reeves did do so much in his life.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure there's stuff that they left out. But truly, like, it was just so cool. Like, I'm so grateful because this only played in theaters for 2 days. And I know the money, I believe it's being donated to the foundation too. And so
Good.
Everything that they do, I stand with. And I think it's absolutely incredible. And I just want to go watch Superman now.
Yeah, both the first and second one, right?
Yeah, just the first and second one. Maybe I'll do the third and fourth.
But yeah, no, this is a very wonderful documentary that if you need to be inspired to get off your butt and do something, I mean, it's definitely one of the top few I would recommend. I mean, coming out of this theater, we just both you and I just got off of our respective jobs, and we're just like so tired. And then we, get out of this theater, and then we feel like much more rejuvenated.
Yeah.
And which is lucky for you guys, because you get a decent podcast now. Ha! Cool like that. No, but no, it really does make you feel like rejuvenated and much more sincere in your approach to life. And I don't know, it's very beautiful that way.
I hope it goes on HBO Max too. I believe it will. So
yeah, because it's an HBO documentary,
Yeah.
which makes sense. Warner Brothers and everything and all that. And correct me if I'm wrong, but is this the first official DC studio film?
technically, yes, I believe.
Yeah, because it's under that banner. So, I mean, if that's the case, what a way to start out.
Congrats, James Gunn and the team.
Yeah. I mean, beautiful job. And thankfully, this was not a tax write-off movie, Warner Brothers. Not calling anyone out. But,
Calling someone out. A little shade.
we slav you. But anyway, yeah, guys, I mean, before we move on to our next topic here, we got to give this movie a rating, but I think we both know what we're going to give it, but we got to find out what the rating scale is.
Oh, yes.
And with this, it would be out of 10, okay, out of 10 tears leaking out of my right eye.
Oh, just your right.
Yeah, my right eye. Nothing else. Like, not the left eye, just the right eye.
I thought you were going to go out of 10 Superman caves. But tears work too.
Tears make more sense.
I cried the whole time. I adore this, and I'm so glad I get to know his story. And I really hope that they can honor him in the new Superman movie, Christopher Reeves. And I celebrate this so much. It was a wonderful documentary.
Could not agree more. Absolute 10.
There we go.
10 tears out of 10. I mean, it's wonderful, guys. Like, seriously, if you haven't had a chance to see it in a theater, go, watch it as soon as it comes out. It's a beautiful experience, a beautiful film, and it really does transcend what it means to be not only Superman, but a Superman.
Yeah.
So, yeah, guys, those are our thoughts on the Superman at Christopher Reeves Story. Have you guys seen it? Are you still waiting on seeing it? Did the trailer make you cry if you haven't seen it? Whatever your thoughts are, let us know your takes on our tapes in those comments down below. What are we fast forwarding on to next?
Yeah, so next, this is just a rumor at the moment, but it's a big rumor, I will have to say that. The rumor is that the Star Wars The Mandalorian TV show will not continue on to a season 4 and will actually end right after the movie, which is surprising.
I mean, I think that, okay, so first off, that's according to Daniel RPK, I think his name is, who's like, sometimes right, sometimes wrong.
Mhm.
We can't vouch for everything, but he's been right a good amount of the time.
Yeah.
And I will say, though, if we're assuming that this is true, with a hint of skepticism, I'd say yes. I would rather it culminate into one movie and then end, and then maybe see them again and say that Heir to the Empire movie that they want to do, like with Dave Filoni and all that. I would say that's the way to do it. So I'm all for this. If this is indeed the way that the Favreau and Filoni, the FFs of Star Wars here, the way that they want to, ride the saddle.
Well, I don't want to say I told you so, but I told you so, everyone. Everyone made fun of me when I said Star Wars needs to start ending and wiping stuff.
Whoa, hold up.
What?
Hold up. We ain't talking about, like, wiping.
I think it needs to end. I don't think this is a bad idea at all. If you could kind of create, like, a trilogy, like you have the Mandalorian movie and then the Favreau movie and maybe something else. Like, you could create this perfect trilogy where it ends, because stories need to end. They do, and Star Wars needs to end this story, because otherwise you're gonna run it straight into the ground.
Okay, so does Marvel need to end?
Stop. That's different.
No,
Is
it? No.
But, like, we've seen Star Wars has not had the success that it used to have.
Yes.
And we've seen their stuff go downhill a lot. And so I think, yeah, like, I don't want to see The Mandalorian for, like, 20 years.
I mean, however, I think it suffered the same reason, for the most part, the same reasons why Marvel suffered.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, to say one should go on and one should just cease to be, like, I'm not a big proponent of that. I think with Star Wars, it's something that you can just, change your course of direction. Obviously, we're going from a place of, wow, we're going to do all this television stuff, which the thing that you were right on months ago was, yeah, Star Wars should be in the theaters. This is where it belongs, not on the television screen.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say every TV project is bad that they do, but they seem to be leaning too much in that direction. I did not expect you to say, like, yes, this is the reason for, like, why it should be wiped clean. And I'm like, whoa!
Okay, well, I guess my more... correcting myself. I want The Mandalorian to end. I don't want to keep seeing The Mandalorian. I think, unfortunately, Season 3 took a big hit.
Yes.
And that really affected my excitement on this movie and just this universe in general. So I don't think it's a bad thing that if the Favreau and Filoni have the idea of, listen, we're going to finish his story, then perfect, finish it. Like, wrap it in a nice little bow, and then we can be done with it, and we can move on to something else in the galaxy.
Yeah, and heck, if the character needs to appear somewhere later on, like, sure, why not? But don't make it like, oh, now it's his story, like Book of Boba Fett, you know what I mean?
Oh my god.
Like, that's one of the worst narrative decisions you can ever make. But yeah, like, it's just something that I agree with you on. Like, this should be something that does come to an end in a grand fashion, but eventually come to a definitive end, one way or another. And, as much as I would love, because, I mean, we talk so much garbage about Mandalorian Season 3.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I kind of liked how it ended, like, in a very kind of, like, Western cartoony, like, old Hollywood style kind of way, where it's like the closing dark circle around, like, Baby Yoda or Grogu and the Mandalorian chilling in the background, like, in their little piece of land that they got.
Oh my god.
I'm just like, there's something wholesome about that, and just kind of it really breathes Star Wars, where it's inspired by really romanticized Hollywood, and just kind of bringing that back. And I don't know, there was something nice about that. But, season 3 culminating into that, not the best ending. So I'm okay with them ending it another way in a more grandiose fashion.
And if they end it good, not even Marvel can do that with a lot of characters. Marvel's bringing back characters. So I think it is, a +1 to them if this team can end The Mandalorian on a good note and be like, okay, now it's time to move on. We're in a galaxy far, far away. A galaxy. There's a multitude of characters and stories and everything.
Yep.
You can end it. It's okay.
Yeah, and like I said, if you want him to appear somewhere else, do it for a little bit. Little baby.
Little cameo.
Yeah, little baby dip your toes in the water.
It's fine.
Yeah. But anyway, speaking of moving on, we got to move on to our next topic here. But before we do, hey guys, let us know your takes on our tapes, no matter what you're thinking here, with Annmarie's thoughts about Star Wars need to be wiped.
Stop.
Or just the simple, you guys are happy that the Mandalorian is finally coming to an end. At least the main storyline for the Mandalorian is coming to an end with the movie, and there won't be a next season after that movie. Are you guys excited for that? Are you against it? Do you, for some reason, think that season 3 should be the definitive end, and then that's it? Hey, whatever you're thinking, again, let us know your takes on our tapes in those comments down below. And with that, Annmarie, what are we fast-forwarding on to next?
Yeah, so we were blessed this week with a couple of trailers. The first one that Ethan and I want to talk about is the Thunderbolts trailer. So, it's crazy that we live in a timeline where the Thunderbolts are getting their own movie. I'm excited for this. I was not excited, but this cast is super interesting. The story that they're going with Century, I don't know if you know much about him, but it's insane if they go with this story. So
I know nothing about that character, other than he's supposed to be super strong.
He's Superman of the Marvel Universe.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's a really interesting character, and a lot of his story I don't think will be in it, where he kind of has split personality. And that's kind of what makes him a little bit more interesting than Superman.
So it's like if Bizarro, Superman, and Superman were kind of half and half?
A little bit. So he has a thing called the Void, which is kind of this thing that's attached to him that makes the split personality.
Oh, he should have that removed.
Yeah, probably. So I don't think they're going to do that, though. I don't think he's going to be as powerful as people think.
What if they do that with the split personality, and that's why he's able to be trapped by humans so easily?
Maybe.
And the other, almost like a Moon Knight thing where one's kind of halting the other.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know where he fits in this, though, because the Thunderbolts they're just people. None of them are that amazing.
Hey. They're awesome people.
Yelena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lena. But no, we're talking about my boy. What? Oh shoot.
Red Guardian.
Red Guardian. Yes, I love that character so much. So many irons in fire. I got so much going on you wouldn't believe.
Uber support will be contacted.
Yeah, the DoorDash thing had me dying at the beginning.
Yes. Oh.
But yeah, I'm excited to see what's his name, Harbour. David Harbour come back into this role, because he was one of the few really bright spots of this Black Widow movie, and I am here for that character. And on top of that, the dynamic he's gonna have with all these other characters, Walmart Captain America, or
I love how we don't even call it by his real name, Walmart Captain America.
Yeah, that's what I hear him called throughout the movie community, so we're just going with that. Yeah, but then we got
Bucky.
I was gonna say the actor's name.
Sebastian.
Yeah, Bucky with his dishwasher cleaning robotic arm.
That's the one thing I get nervous about, because I don't want this to be a suicide where it seems to be really serious and then
Squad.
Yeah.
Squad.
Oh God.
That could be very different.
Oh shoot! YouTube, don't be. I don't want this to be like a Suicide Squad where it looks serious but it actually ends up just being funny, because Marvel kind of suffers from that trope a lot. So I really hope it can kind of walk that line.
I feel like it's going to lean more into the Deadpool and Wolverine side of things.
That would be cool.
You know, where it's a good blend of the dramatic and the, you know, comedic at the same time. So I'm looking forward to that aspect. I don't know what's to come with this one, other than I like that trailer.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm curious to see what the next one's going to look like, if it's just going to be a rehash of this one, because I'm wondering if this is going to be its only gimmick of like, oh, we're different personalities and we're going to cut together. We're a big old motley crew of friends, aren't we? And then, you know, just this one guy, like almost like a Justice League situation where, you know, you got the Superman going on while the rest of the Justice League is forming around it, you know, while Superman's kind of slowly getting back to his, you know, recovering.
Yeah. It is interesting. I also wonder if this movie will be pushed up, because this is in May next year. So Marvel has something in February with Captain America, and then we have this in May, and then we have Fantastic Four in June. And June is already packed with the new Jurassic World movie, and then as well as Superman. So I wonder if this will be moved up to maybe April, March, and then they move up Fantastic Four, because it's really early to drop a trailer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They might stick to their guns on it, but
if it's strong, they should.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a feeling this one might be a word of mouth one. I'm not sure if too many people are gonna see it right out of the gate, but you know, I think this one, it's like, hey guys, I saw this. If it ends up being a good Marvel movie, I think it's gonna be like an okay opening weekend, and then the next weekend, I think it's gonna have I don't think it's gonna have a decrease. I think it's gonna have a slight increase, actually, maybe.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm stupid half of the time, so who knows?
Who knows?
But anyway, guys, what we need to know is what you guys think of the situation. Do you guys love the Thunderbolts trailer? Do you, with the asterisks? Should we be saying that in the title, like Thunderbolts asterisks? You know, like each time. God, that would be so annoying. No, hey guys, what do you think of this trailer? You guys excited for it? Does it turn you off? Does it turn you on? Does it make you want to order DoorDash and yell at customer service in a Russian accent? It makes me want to do that. But anyway, hey, no matter what you're thinking, let us know your takes on our tapes in those comments down below. And with that, Annmarie, what are we fast forwarding on to next year?
Another trailer. We have Sinners with Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler. They're teaming up once again. And I'm really excited. Like, I love this pair so much.
It's so weird that you're saying you're so excited for this one, because I think it's horror.
I know.
It's like all horror and scary, and Annmarie.
I don't do scary.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do scary because I'm excited.
Yes. So, yeah, I'm really surprised, but at the same time, that goes to show how good of filmmakers these guys are. You know, and that Michael B. Jordan is, like, really going to need his acting chops for this one, because he's playing two characters.
Yes.
He's playing twin brothers in this movie, and that's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting with how they go about doing that.
I'm just excited because Haley Steinfeld's in it.
I keep forgetting that. You know, like, I didn't know that, and then I see the trailer once, and she's in it for, like, half a second. I'm like, oh, Haley Steinfeld.
Oh!
And then she's, like, gone, and, like, where'd she go? And then I just forget about her. Which is unfortunate, because she is so unforgettable.
Oh, yeah.
Ironic.
No, I'm super excited. Again, not a horror fan, but these two, you put them in a room and they just create magic. I'm really excited to see what they could do, and kind of different for both of them.
Yeah,
like,
Ryan Coogler, I'm not sure if he's entered the horror game before, but you can tell this is like his directing style. Like, you know, it's a very different vibe than what he's used to doing, but like, it's really nice to see his directing style back again, because that's something I've missed in the theater, you know, since Creed and Black Panther, and did he do Wakanda Forever as well?
He did, yeah.
Like, say what you will about that movie, but the direction, like the directing of it was very well done. Ryan Coogler knows how to direct a fucking movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, you see Ryan Coogler's name on that poster, you're like, oh, my opticals are gonna have a fun time.
My opticals.
So, yeah, but no, it's gonna be, I'm excited for this one. I'm excited for it, and considering you're excited for it, with
I
the
said
fact that's a horror
something.
film, yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
I just think Ryan Coogler is like the new director of this age, and I'm excited because a lot of new directors go into horror first, and so for him to have so much success and then being like, you know what, I'm gonna do something different, like, that's super exciting.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan Peele started out with comedy and then went to horror.
Who would have ever thought of that?
Yeah, so I mean, it's crazy with like where all these directors start out from, and like where they end up going. Sometimes it's like, wait, what are you doing these horror movies? Make the bigger budget movies. And it's like, why not? Why can't a guy direct what the bro wants to direct, you know?
I'm so excited.
Yes. So, I mean, we can't say too much about this movie because we don't know too much about it other than it involves vampires or something.
It looks pretty.
And it looks really good, and we love the actors, and Haley Steinfeld's in it for like half a second, according to the trailer. But we'd go see it anyway for her. But
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Love you too, Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan. But anyway, hey guys, have you had a chance to see this trailer? Are you guys excited for it? Are you guys like aching to see this movie? Are you just like, I'm all right. Like, it just kind of looks like your average vampire movie or whatever. Hey, whatever you're thinking, let us know your takes on our takes in the comments down below.
Oh my gosh, that was too much excitement for me.
Wow, I think I died for half a second there. Do we have like a life insurance policy on that?
No.
Oh, dang. Gotta fix that with cassette tape. Anyway, moving on. Annmarie, what are we fast forwarding on to next here?
Oh my god. Alright. Ethan actually is the
That's
one.
me.
Yeah, that's you. I'm so glad we're coworkers. Ethan actually brought this up to me, that movie theaters are going to start, well, some movie theaters are going to start renovating and becoming more theme parky, it seems like, with climbing walls and games and arcade. And we both have a very different stance on this.
Yeah, I mean, so I believe this is according to the Hollywood Reporter. I could be wrong, but I saw this article that was saying, like, hey, NATO, which is like the National Alliance of Theater Chains or whatever, they are looking to develop, like, enhance their movie theaters now, like with the projectors, with the seats, recliners, and like their food options and all that. And it's like, that's great, that's awesome. Make the movie theater going experience different than like sitting at home. Mm-hmm. And I love that. And then they're like, well, we're gonna have rock climbing walls, we're gonna have like, all these other activities that have nothing to do with going to the movies. And it's just like, what? I mean, okay, devil's advocate here from my side of things. So I get the idea of wanting to like be like, hey, you get out of a movie theater, and first thing you want to do after sitting for a while is probably get up, stretch, and do some activities, right? Yeah. I get that completely. But I'm sorry, like, how much money are you going to spend on all this across theaters to get people to come back to theaters?
And how much are people going to pay for it?
Exactly. So, I mean, is it just going to be there? Or are people going to have to pay to go on these climbing walls? Mm-hmm. I mean, like, knowing the movie theater industry, they would charge everything that they can. So, like, if there's a sidewalk that they build inside there, or like one of those like treadmills that are in place, kind of like the one you have, right? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Those one-person treadmills, they would charge you for just looking at it and thinking about walking on it.
Probably.
So, I mean, I don't know. I hope that they kind of reconsider this option, but I don't know. What's your take?
I like it, but I also see your point of view too. I think it is cool that you are making this more friendly to families and everything, because the whole idea is to get people back into the movie theater, right?
Yeah.
And I think this is a really cool idea, and I would be interested to learn more about it. However, it's not going to bring people to movies. Ethan and I did a podcast about this, about what's wrong with movies, because to be honest, if you talk in a movie theater or go on your phone, there's a special place in hell for you. That's a Shepherd Book quote from Firefly. But truly, like, I don't know if this is, I think it will bring people in, but to fix the movie theater going experience, you need to do something different. And we've talked about having ushers come in, or taking people's phones away. There's stuff that needs to be done to make the movie going experience better. And yes, is it super cool? Yeah. Would I love to rock climb? Yeah, that'd be so cool. But it doesn't make the movie going theater experience better.
Yeah, exactly. And I see what they're trying to do with trying to make it a, an all-day adventure kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But no one really wants to stay all day at, a movie theater, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, unless all the movies are free that you're going to see. But I mean, even then, it's like, you're not guaranteed that the people aren't going to talk in there. You aren't guaranteed that they're not going to go on their phones. And then you have to get up and then get someone and leave your seat in the movie theater. Stop watching the movie that you paid for. Get someone to come in and then probably disrupt the movie for everyone else to get this person to stop being on their phone or talk or whatever. All that money that they're putting into this rock climbing garbage, I mean, I think that it should be put into, like, hiring ushers.
Yeah.
Seriously. I mean, Alamo Drafthouse, we have yet to visit it, but according to, like, people I know, my friends that have been there, they're like, yeah, no, they have a really good policy with, like, not talking and, cell phone use during the movie. And I'm like, that's a place that straight up is known for serving alcohol and, food, like, in their theater. If you get people to not talk or, like, get on their phones in a theater like that, that's quite a significant feat. So why aren't more theater chains promoting stuff like that? I mean, seriously.
Yeah, it's like a catch-22. It's going to bring more people in, but it's not going to fix the problem that you have at hand. Because people want to go to the movie theaters and have that experience. You're paying for that experience. Like, we've talked about it. Movie tickets are expensive. That's why we got A-list. But, like, truly, like, to go see a movie, you're going to pay about $50 if you get food as well. So that's the thing. Like, you're not solving the right issues.
Yeah, and you know what? The biggest problem with theaters is the lack of immersion. And that includes the lack of ushers to stop people from taking people out of the experience by, with them talking and, like, the people on their phones and all that. It includes that. It also includes, what they were doing. Like, yeah, we're putting money towards the, better projectors, better screens, better, seating. Great. That's awesome. I love that. Do more of that. Make more theaters, say, maybe Dolby accessible. Really push that, because immersion is key. That's why people come to the theater more so than anywhere else, because at their home, it's difficult because, like, there's windows everywhere and, like, there's, like, a neighbor mowing their lawn or what have you. So you need to make sure that when people come to your place, that it is nothing like watching a movie at home. You can't solely rely on the fact that, oh, it's a bigger rectangle and it's slightly louder.
Well, it's also not working. Like, it's not working that way. So.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's terrible. It's like a Dutch boy effect, but except they're trying to plug up the wrong holes.
Yeah.
So,
do better.
I don't know. But yeah, hey, what are y'all's thoughts on this? This is what I'm really curious to hear what you guys think. And I'm sure Annmarie is too. We all are. We have open ears. But anyway, hey, are you guys excited for these new renovations, specifically the ones where they're trying to develop more of a campus area? Which, by the way, I will add that the campus area I'm for, but it's just what is on that campus area. That's where I'm just kind of like, eh. But hey, guys, are you guys excited for that? Are you, indifferent to it like I am and Annmarie partially is? I mean, hey, whatever you're thinking, let us know your takes on our tapes in those comments down below. And with that, Annmarie, I think that's about it, right?
Da, 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 da. I probably didn't say anything. That is it. That's raw.
Yeah, no, okay, guys. Thank you for listening on this episode of Cassette Take. We appreciate y'all joining us here and letting us know your takes on all of our tapes. And we are always appreciative of you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, keep up with us, hit that notification bell. Every single generic thingamajig, the YouTuber or follow, whatever you're called nowadays, says. Insert here. But anyway, thank you for joining us on this episode of Cassette Take. We hope you haven't ejected thus far into the podcast, but whether you have or haven't, please do not forget to rewind. I've been Ethan.
I've been Annmarie.
And with that, Superman.
Da, 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 da.